Hey everyone, I'm Congresswoman Susie Lee, and I'm so sorry I could not be there with you in person, but I'm back in Washington making sure that we're doing everything we can to rebuild our economy. I want to thank the AFL leadership as well as my dear friend Rusty Callister for your leadership and for putting on this important convention. You all, as you know, are on the front lines of our economic recovery, and I can't thank you enough for everything you have done, are doing, and will continue to do. And before I talk about the path ahead, I want to celebrate many of the several wins for working families that we've made this last year. Wins that would not have been possible without the support of people like you. Southern Nevada, as we all know, and Nevada in general, was particularly hard hit by the pandemic. And we're still dealing with the surge of the virus with the Delta variant. But despite that, we are in the midst of an economic recovery. And that's why I am proud to have joined my colleagues and President Biden earlier this year in passing not just the Families First Act, the CARES Act, as well as the American Rescue Plan. The American Rescue Plan was full of so many important labor-related provisions that I fought for, including extending unemployment benefits, additional funding to keep workers safe from COVID-19 and protections for workers in the workplace, and the fully subsidized COBRA to help keep Nevada families healthy. The American Rescue Plan also provided an additional round of economic relief payments, rental assistance, and something near and dear to my heart, the increased child tax credit, and so much more. And if you ever need help accessing any of these benefits, please do not hesitate to call my office and my staff, and we will be happy to help you. In addition to my work this past year helping us deal with this pandemic, I'm also continuing to work for further relief, opportunities, and support for our incredible community in Nevada. And of course, we all have to celebrate the fact that the House passed the PRO Act this year. We know that this is one of the most important tools that workers have is the ability to bargain and organize. And when workers don't hold seats at the table, the protections slip, wages fall behind, and families end up suffering. The PRO Act is a historic piece of legislation that so many of you fought for, but it's more than just a policy. It is civil rights legislation. A union contract, as we all know, is the best tool we have to closing the racial and gender wage gaps to ensure dignity and due process for all workers, regardless of their background or their industry. Stronger worker protections will help rebuild America's middle class by improving the lives of workers and their families. Now, as we all know, it's up to the Senate to do their part and pass this historic piece of legislation and send it to President Biden's desk for signing. And I'm excited also for the work that we have ahead of us. We have an opportunity to pass a once-in-a-generation investment in our infrastructure with good paying union jobs. The investments in this bipartisan Infrastructure Investment in Jobs Act will add an average around 2 million jobs per year over the course of a decade, accelerating America's path to full employment while bringing workers who have been left behind into the labor force. The overwhelming majority of funds in the bipartisan infrastructure package will ensure that contractors pay workers on construction projects a fair and competitive wage. I'm committed to keep working with President Biden to ensure that the new jobs created in the clean energy industry, whether solar, wind, carbon capture, energy transmission, would also be good paying union jobs. And that's why in July, I sent a letter to President Biden to underscore my support for investments in clean energy and transportation systems to create new jobs in our communities. These jobs will be the energy jobs of the future, and they will help Nevada be a leader in domestic clean energy and manufacturing sectors. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Investment Act extends prevailing wage protections to all energy infrastructure provisions, including the construction of the electric vehicle charging stations. This bipartisan package is just one part of President Biden's plan to deliver workers the dignity and the rights they are owed and deserve. President Biden's Build Back Better plan will pair job creation efforts with workforce development programs. It will invest in childcare, long-term care, and the care workers that enable others to go to work. It will provide national paid family and medical leave to ensure that federal agencies have the necessary resource to protect workers. In summary, it invests in efforts to create good union jobs, something we've all been fighting for so long. And I will keep fighting beside you for as long as I can, and you can always count on me to have your back. Thank you for all you do, and my best wishes for a successful convention. Bye.